Some experts are predicting a massive pump for PEPE soon. At the same time, we have a very big news event coming in just a few short days. And PEPE right now is currently 2.71x away from its previous high. Are we likely to see this 50% move coming sooner rather than later, or do we have a little bit of time for accumulation still before we get resumptions back to the upside, back to price levels like this for PEPE? It's something I want to explore in this video because this week there is a lot of news going on. One huge story that I think everybody needs to be focused on, and so we're going to talk a little bit about it in this one. Welcome back to the Crypto Report. Stick around to the end of this video for some of my targets for PEPE, and let's get into some of the news today. Smash a like, subscribe to the channel. Let's check out this article to start. So what we've got going on right now is there are some publications putting out stories like this about PEPE. PEPE targets 50% gain as bullish trend emerges. Now, I see headlines about PEPE all the time. One thing that I actually see when I'm looking at headlines for PEPE is there's a lot of PEPE copycat coins. And if you guys have been watching this channel, you know how I feel about that. The only reason there are copycat coins for PEPE is because PEPE is the big one. It has been as popular as a Dogecoin or a Shiba Inu. That's not financial advice. That's my personal opinion based on what I've seen in this crypto market. We were talking about PEPE on this channel when it was only a few $1 million market cap. When it was sub $50 million in market cap, we were talking about it this channel, and it got to over $11 billion. Now, here's a publication talking about a 50% gain, talking about a bullish trend. Here's the only problem with that, okay? Here's Bitcoin that's been stalling out since May of 2025. Bitcoin is in a broader, bigger bullish trend. But if we're talking about the short term for PEPE, PEPE right now is not in a bullish trend at this short term time frame. Now, in the longer term time frame, I think it's quite difficult to call this a bullish trend as well because frankly, PEPE's really only existed since 2023. It came out, it launched, it fizzled, it popped, it fizzled, and then it exploded. We had a very big move, and the end of 2023, beginning of 2024, we had a very big breakout, and here we are right back to where we were from March of 2024. Today is July of 2025, guys. So just over a year ago, we were exactly where we're at today. Not necessarily a bullish trend. When you see this big explosion back here, that was certainly a bullish trend. So are we going to see PEPE break out to the upside here? Are we going to see that 50% move to the upside? Well, here's the deal, guys. There is a little bit of support kind of on this blue trend line that I've drawn out for you here. Wouldn't be surprised to see a few bounces and another retest off this 4.01118 level. But I also wouldn't be surprised to see us break down a little bit lower, only though if Bitcoin slips back down to 100 or maybe even down to the $90,000 price level. Now, there is some big news going on today. And what is that news? It is tariffs, okay? Just a few short months ago, we had a new president put into office here in the US, and these tariff policies came into play. Ever since tariffs came into the picture, crypto has suffered. PEPE has come down tremendously. Bitcoin has come down from its highs and gotten to some lower levels below 100, but relatively it has been strong above 100K. Really what has been impacted the most is altcoins like PEPE. Now, this week, in just 2 short days, we are going to see a decision from our government. The countries that negotiated with the USA and negotiated with the president on tariff deals are not going to be getting hit with massive tariffs, unlike the other countries that did not negotiate with the US are being threatened for tariffs getting implemented on July 9th. That is 2 days from now. There are rumors that it could get extended out into August. We've even seen comments from the president talking about August 1st. Maybe he's extending that deadline. But as we look at this uncertainty, here is Bitcoin potentially slipping a little bit lower. Looking at my next key level, at 100. We could easily dip back down to 100. We could easily continue to blast off. My bullish case is very strong. I believe that the fact that the Fed is about to cut rates is good for Bitcoin, which is in turn quite bullish for Pepe. So here's the deal, guys. If we get a extension for these tariffs and we get some resolve for more of these tariff trade negotiations, it could prove to be a very good thing for the stock market, which is right now at all-time highs. That's looking quite bullish. That kind of gives me a bullish outlook. It could also give a good thing to crypto. If we see negotiations come through, if we see a extension as well on this tariff deadline, I think it could result in a potential pump. Now, are we going to get a 50% pump for Pepe? If we wanted to see a 50% pump for Pepe, we'd have to see it get back to the levels that we were seeing just in May of 2025. So that's not that long ago, guys, but it does kind of feel like an eternity ago because that was 33% ago. We are 33% down. We've got a huge discount from May. If we do get a 50% pump, we're back to May levels. But if we want to go back to our previous all-time highs, just as you saw on the first thing that I pulled up for you guys here, that's a 2.7x. That's a almost 200% gain, almost a 3x from here. Is that something that's possible in the long term? I believe that it is. I strongly believe, in my personal opinion, that yes, Pepe can not only achieve new highs, but it can go quite a bit higher. I just don't really like coming out with this idea right now that Pepe is going to have a 50% gain, talking about a bullish trend, because there's not necessarily a bullish trend right now for Pepe. We are seeing a bullish trend for Bitcoin slightly in that we're holding above this $100,000 price level. The fact that tariff negotiations could be coming to a close soon, hopefully, that's good. But the biggest thing we've got going on for Pepe that could cause some bullish momentum is the fact that the Fed is looking like they're probably going to cut rates in 2025. That has been the biggest catalyst we've been waiting for a Pepe. And that is the kind of thing we need to see for Pepe to not only go up 50%, but do it 2.7x, get back to its previous highs, and maybe even break to newer highs. I believe it's possible. We've seen Pepe at an $11 billion market cap already. We've, in the past, seen Dogecoin at an $88 billion market cap. I think we can see that out of Pepe as well. I've been trading these markets. I like to trade crypto. If you guys want to do so as well, I've got affiliates for you. You can sign up for the affiliates in the description down below. Several exchanges for you guys. We use Blowfin a lot on this channel. It's the one that we like to use. So if you want to sign up, check that out in the affiliates in the description of this video down below. If you want to trade Pepe, Bitcoin, continue to do your own due diligence. Note that crypto is certainly risky, and the further you go away from Bitcoin, the more you're taking on in terms of risk and volatility. But I think a lot of people have fun with that. We certainly do on this channel. I believe in altcoin seasons. We haven't seen one in a while, but I think we will be due for one if we see the Fed cut rates. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know in the comments down below. That's all I have for you in this one, guys. Smash a like, subscribe to the channel, DCA Hodl. 2 videos here if you want to check them out. Until next time, guys. Peace.